Hello, welcome to this week's Hashtag Toe to Toe. I'm delighted to say that this week we're joined by Gary Logan, Barry Jones and Josh Kelly. Josh, good to see you. Not long to go now, just a few weeks to go until your fight with David Avanesian, which was meant to happen back in 2018, and it finally is happening now. How are you feeling?
Very good. I feel good. I feel confident. I can't wait to get in there. It could happen now. I'm ready. I'm ready to go in there. I'm ready to get it on.
How's training been going?
Perfect. To see that.
He's not going to say anything about perfect, is he?
I mean, it is a cliche. Everyone says, "Listen, the trainings went well, but this one has went as best it's went." I've got no excuses this time. I've put everything into training, no stone unturned, as they say. So let's see what happens on fight night. It should be the best version of myself.
How much, Gary, are you looking forward to this one?
I think it's a perfect fight for him to look good, to really show us what he's about. I've always rated him, always thought his ability level is really high. And obviously he's not had, I mean, some people have been very highly critical, or hypercritical of him, where I don't see it. He's been growing in a short space of time. But like, now it's time, Adam believes it's time to let him off the leash. And Avanesian is European champion, he's proven. But styles make fights, and he's got the style to make this guy look good.
How do you think the styles will blend?
I think it'd make a really good fight. I do. I think Avanesian is a danger. He hasn't got the fastest of feet, but he's a danger. He can punch and he's willing to walk through you. And I think it'll either, I say this, everyone is saying it'll either expose Josh or bring out the best in him. It'll be, I think it's that sort of fight. It's not like a fight where it's your career goes downhill either way. I mean, but I think it's a fight where it'll either shine and look fantastic, or it'll be a step too far. But I think that the career Josh has had in a short space of time, he's had those hard tests already, and he's proved that he can dig deep. So I think it's a fight that I think that he'll really come of age.
Pretty much answered Joe's first question, which was how does the fight with Avanesian go? But the second bit he asked is, have you got the power to stop him? Do you think you have?
Shots what you don't see coming, and the shots what knock you out. I mean, it's a lot of journeymen don't get stopped because a lot of the prospects are loading up and they brace for a lot of shots, and they get through the rounds because they're constantly bracing. They can see a shot coming, and the shot you see coming doesn't necessarily hurt you 99% of the time, but you take a shot from out the eye line and it's fast and sharp, that stuns you and hurts you. So don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be surprised. Do you think Josh has got the power to stop him?
Yeah, I think if he's consistent with it. The main thing with Josh is that the only criticism I would give, there was a little bit of inconsistency between attacks. Now I believe that Adam will have got him being more consistent. If he sees an opening, he's going to take it. He's not going to keep punching, but he's going to punch effective enough to keep wearing Avanesian down. I don't think it will be done with one shot. I think it will be done with a multitude of shots because he's got fast hands. But like, this is a fight where I really want to see him letting his hands go in combination, using that really good head movement and punching again. Second phase punching, which is what sort of similar to, I personally believe he can be similar to a Chocolatito with that sort of flow, because he's got the head movement, he's got the hand-eye coordination. He's just got to amalgamate them both together, and I think we're going to see that fight because Avanesian's going to be there, and it's always awkward to do that when someone's skitting around the ring. Avanesian really thinks he can win this fight, which is great for him.
Barry?
Who cares? To be honest, that's what I think. I think what he can do is totally outbox him. I think that should be the focus. And if the punch, and if the angles of attacks, can put the guy in the pressure and you see it, I think go for it. But you're up against a guy who can punch. You use your ability, use your strength, and that's the movement and the hand speed and the foot speed. And I do that, and I confuse him. I wouldn't worry about the first few rounds about trying to get him out of there. I would just confuse him, then get rid of him. Yeah.
When you were due to fight him originally back in December 2018 in Sheffield, wasn't it? And you withdrew on the day. There were question marks, weren't there? And people sort of raised their eyebrows and wondered what the real situation was. Do you feel like now you have even more of a point to prove?
Nah, but internally I knew what I was feeling and I knew how I felt on the day. So at the end of the day, I don't think I've got nothing to. I don't think I was going to get the credit I was due if I beat him that time. So this time round, because he's had the 3 back-to-back wins and stoppages every single one, he's people realise what sort of threat I'm under. So this time around, when I win, then I should get the credit I deserve. I mean, it's going to be a tough fight. He's a world great fighter. He's boxed at world level. He's won a world title. So
Do you like the pressure?
100%. I mean, this is my 12th fight, and if you think about it, like, not many people are boxing at this level at 12 fights, like against the danger of David Avanes. I mean, in the welterweight division, it's stacked, so it's not like a division you can just get through after 12 fights. You may be fighting for a world title. Like at the top echelon, I'm talking like from rank 15 upwards or 20 upwards, is dangerous fighters. As you see with Ray Robinson, he was a very graded fighter. A lot of people don't give me the credit for that fight, but at the end of the day, he was top graded as well. So it's good, man.
Well, let's just talk about that fight with Ray Robinson in New York back in June last year. George wants to know, you've had some criticism off the back of the Ray Robinson fight last June. How did you deal with it? Because you are someone, I think it's fair to say, that you are quite self-critical, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I think after the fight you came out and said that you felt you could have done better. Is that?
I mean, there's a lot of things leading up to that fight which went unheard of, and I never really want to talk about it. So, but Ray Robinson's he's tall, he's rangy, he threw a lot of arm punches, and he just sort of crept the distance because he didn't need to work his way to distance because he was tall and he was a southpaw, so he sort of just let his hands go constantly at distance, and I had to work a lot to actually get distance and land my shots. So he's very awkward, very underrated, and he's obviously the way he got a majority draw against Kavalauskas, and then went to put a great performance in against Crawford, in my opinion. It just shows what grade he's at, and he was the last person to beat Terence Crawford as an amateur, so that was a tough fight. Me and Adam knew it was, but like I said, a lot of people expect, because of the hype and the social media and everything else, that you're this mad thing. At the end of the day, I'm a young lad trying to do my thing, and I'm moving at a fast pace. So
And still learning.
and still learning. So at the end of the day, this should be another learning curve in my career, because I win and I learn from it. I will learn. I have to dig deep in there. So I'm ready to go to hell and back to get this win.
Barry, do you think the criticism was fair, was justified?
I think the problem you get is that he had such a whirlwind start and beat some good fighters before Robinson, to be honest, that you expect too much too soon. And like you expect too much, and you can't do. You think, oh, this kid's flying. And I think that was a fight, that was too much of a big step, I think. Robinson's massively underrated. He is the gatekeeper for world level. And at this division, the gatekeeper world level might be good enough to win a world title at a different weight. That's how good the welterweight division is. So it was a risky move, but you can see where they took it because he looked so good. But and you didn't get the loss, you got the draw. So in many ways, it wasn't a bad thing because you could see what you need to do to get that higher level, but also didn't lose your undefeated record, and you learn so much that will go forward and help you for this fight.
It wasn't lost, it was a draw, quite rightly, as you just said there, but you can learn so much from those kind of fights. Just look at the weekend at John O'Carroll, how much he learned from the defeat to Farmer.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game is a journey, and he's had quite a short journey. It's 12 bouts, and but the journey of growth under someone like Adam Booth will be immense. It would be the equivalent to some fighters, and I'm not going to slate off any other coaches or whatever, but there's not many coaches that approach the game from the mental perspective as what Adam Booth does, and he will have prepared him for this moment. They will have talked this thing over and over again. They will have replayed so many scenarios in their mind, and that's what will help. Helping things overcoming the fear of the situation. What's the situations that you might win or lose? What the hell? Go out there and flow. Give it your best. Let him know what you've got. And then let the chips fall where they may. I personally think what he does is better than what Avanesian did. But when he gets the win, people will stop. The critics are going to have to just start saying that.
How many doors do you think it would open up for Josh? Beating Avanesian?
I think it depends on the nature of the win, how quick he progresses. But it's about the full package. He's a good-looking kid. He talks well, though he doesn't want to admit that. But
Accent's not the best.
Accent's not the best, but you're not Welsh. No, but the full package of Josh Kelly, he's good. He's exciting to watch. He's flash and he's a bit brash as well. So some people want to see him get beat as well. People want to see him succeed. You need that. Polarised opinions to help push you up there for your profile. So I think if he gets a devastating win, and that doesn't mean a first round knockout. I mean, if it's an outstanding performance with a stoppage, that would really resonate around the world, around that world rankings of the welterweight division. They would all stand up and take notice.
Absolutely. Ryan wants to know, will you fight Conor Benn soon?
Well,
A lot of talk about that, isn't there?
there is a lot of talk about it. I'm stepping up European level now. I can happily win this and then defend against him if it draws a lot of crowd and stuff. But at the end of the day, the opportunity.
Fair to say, I think it would.
Yeah, 100%. So if it does, then fair enough. I'll step back down and I'll box him. I know a lot of people from my city, Sunderland. I've got some big support from there because obviously Sunderland, born and bred, and I support them massively. I went up there the other week and they were all asking that, and I said, listen, Stadium of Life fight wouldn't go amiss if we could fill that out. I mean, it's a 47,000 seat stadium, but the amount of support up there what I've got at the moment is crazy, and the amount they're bringing down is unbelievable. So listen, it's never. I'm only thinking about this European title fight at the moment. So let's get this done and dusted, and then if the Conor Benn fight gets offered, then 100%. We've offered it before, but at the end of the day, now we're on this European title fight. So.
Kelly, Ben, how much would you guys like to see that?
I think it's an exciting fight to watch, but I think Conor Benn's one of the most improved fighters for where he started from to where he is now. Massive, especially the last 12 months have been massive. But
and he's had a lot of setbacks as well and layoffs.
He has, and also that burden of having that Benn name on his back. Yeah. You know, as much as he opens doors, people expect too much of you too soon. But so similarity to Josh from the Olympics, everyone thought he was going to be a superstar in his first fight, and he sort of has been. But I also think that maybe, for me, Ben's just a little bit behind now. So you should concentrate on maybe just more domestic level. That maybe that you skipped and maybe you should have went that route, but you didn't. But if you get the European title now, then I think that might be just another 18 months away from Ben, for my opinion. He won't think that, of course, but...
No, he definitely won't think that.
I saw Conor the other day in the gym and he wants to fight. So it's a great fight. You know, he thinks he's got what it takes to beat you. You know, you think you've got what it takes to beat him. Yeah. And it's a fight that's tangible now. If you have an exciting win against Avanesian, then why not make a voluntary defence against Conor Benn?
Exactly, in the Stadium of Light. Let me plug that, the Stadium of Light.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Stadium of Light. Archie, of the top two welterweights, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., who wins?
Terence Crawford. For some reason, I think that I've never seen Errol Spence back after obviously his terrible accident. Yep. Obviously, he got through it, and God willing he's healthy and stuff. But at the end of the day, I've seen him do a couple of interviews, and I don't know if there's something about him. I don't know if something looks a little bit different. I'm not sure. Just his demeanour looks a little bit different. But going on boxing skill alone, I feel as though Terence Crawford's just he's a bit of a beast. That he can switch, he can come forward. The way he boxed against Kavalauskas, even though it was Kavalauskas' best performance, he just went to war with him, and Kavalauskas got a heavy punch. He's a knockout artist, and Crawford just broke him down and was just like, listen, like, I'm voting through you. So I'll sit Terence Crawford at the top at the moment.
You're going Terence Crawford. What about you, Gary?
I'm never backing against Spence now. Never backing against Spence. Everyone that's gone to war with him has lost. He's brought out the best, as I said this before on this show, he's brought out the best performances in Sean Porter. He's brought out the best ever performance in Kell Brook, and still he stopped him. Well, he beat Porter on points, but he broke Kell Brook. And if it was pre-crash, I would definitely be in Spence's corner. Post-crash, I think it is a lot closer. So I can understand why people think
it's a hard one to call.
It's a tough one to call.
I'm a massive Spence fan because he reminds me a little bit of Donald Curry. Yeah. And the size as well, he's massive for the weight. But I think the versatility that Crawford has to his game, and like Josh was alluding to, I think would probably give I'd edge him, to be honest. It'd be a hard fight and a tough fight, and they both had to dig deep and go a place they'd never been before. But I think Crawford would prevail.
It'd be a brilliant fight to watch.
Oh, it's phenomenal fight.
Yeah, phenomenal. So you've not got long to go.
No.
Wish you the best of luck for that. You're living with Adam, is that the case?
Yes.
In camp. How is that?
Good. I mean, me and Michael were looking for a place, and then we said, listen, we'll just move in with Adam for this camp, and then Michael's now left us, went to New York to get on with what he's doing, so...
I mean, that's living and breathing it, isn't it? Like 24/7.
Do you have to wash his car or clean the windows and all that?
But I had to do the washing.
Who cooks?
What?
Who cooks?
Well, I am a bit of a I do like to cook myself a little now. The kids are going off my life for that. Nah, I don't touch any cooking. We got a good thing going on, so I'm enjoying it, man. But it's hard graft. I mean, you're living away from your family and baby and missus who's now pregnant again, so it's all go, but it's going to be worth it come 28th of March.
Gives you a bit of steel being away from family, though,
100%,
doesn't it?
like
it really lets
100%.
you realise why you have to do it.
I mean, I feel myself. You feel yourself getting a little bit more of an edge when you come back.
Yeah. Like,
the missus goes, you're different. Your attitude's a bit different. Like, you're a bit more snappy, and I find myself being a little bit like
That's great when she's pregnant.
Exactly. I know, which is like exactly. So I'm saying, listen.
You think I'm snappy?
I was saying, listen. So now, what you need that edge, you need that like dog mentality, and I've went there this camp. I've went to places where like people's like looking, thinking he's training like he's crazy. Like I want people to think like I don't want to train with him. He's training too hard. So that's what I'm mentally going through at the moment. So you just got to mentally callous your mind. I did that. So let's bring on the 28th. I'm ready.
Yeah, not long to go. Looking forward to it. Best of luck. Thank you, chaps. You'll all be doing the podcast later on, so you can download that on iTunes. But we'll see you next week.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.